right, so just to kind of recap what we talked about on Friday is that in order to be an effective closer, the closes and the pitches have to be reflexive. So you can't be stuttering whenever you're bringing these things up. It has to be reflexive. So when the customer, Dina, tells you, I don't want to go with you, I want to go somewhere else, you have to know how to come back at that right away. And it could be whatever the scenario is, okay? So the only way that it can be reflexive when you're overcoming objections or whatever they are is you have to rehearse them. It's not enough just to listen to it, so you guys actually have to speak them. Writing it down is good, but you actually have to speak it too. So the ones that we're going to be talking about today is do the right thing, get scared, and prices go higher. Okay? So the first one is do the right thing. So this is when the customer gives you the stall and they're telling you that they want to put it on hold or whatever reason. They don't want to go with you. And how you're going to handle that. Say, hey, I understand. And I want you to do the right thing. You know, I want you to do the right thing. You strike me as somebody that always does, that makes good decisions and does the right thing. If owning your new home isn't the right thing, then don't do it. But I don't believe that to be the case. And then you're going to go into let's look at all the reasons why and why not, all the pros and cons. Why not to own a home, why to own your home, and then get them to say it. What are all the great things of owning a home, Mike? You're a homeowner.
Tax write-off, little space, no neighbors, equity.
What are some reasons why it's bad to own a house?
Repairs.
Okay, so there's clearly more benefits to owning a home than there's not. So let's go ahead and move forward. You deserve this, and you need this for your life, for your family. You're going to do it sooner or later. Might as well do it now so you can put your attention on the other important things in your life. Let's go ahead and move forward. You see? So let's go back and look at it again. So this is when the customer is telling you that they're nervous, they're scared, they don't think it's the right thing. Say, hey, you know what, Jesus, I want you to do the right thing. You went and put a contract on a house this weekend, right? I want you to do the right thing. And if owning your new home isn't the right thing, then I don't want you to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I've helped over 12,000 families in my career. That's what we do here. I never got one phone call when someone regretted that they buying a house, that they weren't happy. All right, let's just look at all the reasons, the pros and cons of owning a home. Let's look at it together. So, well, you build equity. Your family can have a backyard. Your wife loves to cook. You have the big kitchen. You have your privacy. You have something that you can call your own. You don't have to walk up 2 flights of stairs to get into the apartment. You don't have to park your car a block down the street because when you come home at night, all the people are taking up all the parking spots. You don't have to walk 100 yards to take out your trash. You told me you want something for your family. So when you pass on to your life, you could give them, your children, something, right? So you need to get them to say that. You see, you have to be so committed to the close and so passionate about it that you're not willing to give up because you're going to get this from people. Okay, so that's called do the right thing. So Josh, you're gonna be the loan officer. I'm gonna be the customer. I want you to tell this to me. Okay, you have to speak it now. Hey Josh, you know what, man? I thought about it over the weekend, and I was talking to my wife. I'm just not ready to buy right now, man.
Well, look, if you're not ready to buy because you think this isn't the right thing, you think owning a home's not the right thing for you, then I support your decision. I completely agree with you. So, owning a home is the right thing. Okay,
come on, man.
Did I do good? Or
you did good until you did that. Yeah. So,
no score. See, that's what I like to do. I like to shoot myself in the foot, and then get a laugh, and then the customer commits.
No, it's good. Humor is good. Humor is good when you're talking to people. That's good to laugh. I agree. Okay. That's good to laugh.
All right. So if owning a home is not the right thing, I don't want you to do it. Okay.
Then don't do it. Okay. But I don't believe that to be the case.
I haven't had one customer that called me after they bought a house and told me it wasn't the right thing for them.
So now let's look at it together.
Let's look at this together and say, okay, what are the good things about owning a home and the bad things, and let's see where you're at.
Okay. All right. See, because you're gonna get that from people, right? and you're going to have to see what you're doing is you're telling them because you're supporting their decision, right? Because they called you, said they don't want to do it. Said then don't do it. Oh, then he's like, oh, see, then you're taking away the pre-approval. You're taking away the house. You see how you have to imagine on their side. He supported me, and he said, yeah, don't do it. But then what you're doing, because see, you remember that people close with logic. So then you're going back and forth. That goes to the next one. Get scared in 3 reasons. That goes to the second close I want to talk to you guys about, and when they get scared, right? So now see, Jesus. Let's say that Jesus he really put a contract on a house this weekend.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Right.
So congratulations, man. Your family deserves it, bro. And you're going to make a lot of fucking money, and your life is going to get better and better. Okay, don't be scared. And this goes to this next one right here. So, people, you got to remember that people are not sure of themselves. It has to do with society, upbringing. We get nervous, we get scared. A lot of people don't have a lot of confidence in themselves. Okay, so it could be sometimes that they go under contract or they get pre-approved. Something spooks them, and then they get scared. You know, they think they're going to lose their job. Right now, there's a lot of mortgage layoffs. I'm getting a ridiculous amount of resumes, like left and right, in the mortgage industry. I don't know what's going on with. I guess what they're saying the interest rate. So, this happened when oil and gas crashed too. 2 years ago, I mean, it was probably 500 resumes a week from oil and gas people in Houston. So something happened in the mortgage industry recently. Thank God that our office is not experiencing that. And part of the reason why Bloomberg was down here is, hey, how come you guys are growing, but the rest of the industry is spooked, right? That was one of his questions to me. So, but people get scared, they get nervous because their dad told them this happened, their brother, all this crap, whatever, it gets in their head. And so the thing is, you're going to have to know how to respond to that, how to handle it, because if you don't, you're going to lose the deal, all right? So, and plus, we believe in our products and what we're offering anyway. We offer the best product, the best service. So say, hey, listen, I agree with you, you know, and I do the same thing when I make a purchase, when I'm getting ready to make a purchase. I get real excited, and then when I have to pull out the credit card, I get scared. I start second guessing myself. I ask myself a couple of questions. Do I like it? You know, how is this going to benefit me? You know, and do I deserve it? You know, and then I have to answer those questions. So yeah, man, I love the color. I love the way it makes me feel when I'm driving in it or when I'm living in it, and I can see myself playing in the backyard in the pool with the kids, or grilling on the barbecue, or having a fish fry. I couldn't do that in an apartment, man. No, you couldn't even fit 2 people in an apartment. You know, and how is this going to benefit me? Well, my life, I can see I'm going to be more confident. I'm going to be more happy. My wife's going to be happy. And then you get the guy saying all this, you see? And then you say, well, and then do I deserve it? Well, fuck yeah, I deserve it, man. I fucking work hard, man. You only get one life, guys. You can't take the money with you. You see? You only get one life to live. You get one go around. So you see, you know, but I'm just telling you, what you're doing is you give him 3 reasons after he says that, and then when he everything is perceptual. Remember what we talked about last week, that selling is a transfer of emotion, how you make someone feel. See how I'm making you feel right now? I'm giving this. When I walked in this office, it was dead this morning. You cannot be like that in a sales environment. It's dead, man. You have to wake up. You have to be alive in your life. Okay? And then the other part of it is shifting the state of mind. Shifting how they're thinking about it. You know? You have to shift their state of mind. Right? So then at that point, when he's saying he deserves it, he's excited, it makes him feel, then we can move forward. You shifted the state of mind. All right, what were you going to say?
I was saying, I don't know if the drip and Velocify is kind of geared with all this in mind. I think that would, you know, be good if it is, like, you know, just like, hey, what are the benefits of owning a home, and just kind of gearing those emails.
It is, but it's when you're talking to someone that's live and breathing, it's different than just an automated.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if they're getting bold, you know, hey,
yeah. No, it is. I think a lot of it is. I mean, we show videos of testimonials in there. I mean, it's kind of showing them, you know, telling people what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but because you're gonna, I mean, here's the thing. You know this. We put so much videos out there of everything. They still call.
Yeah.
They don't want to watch the video for. I mean, they do, but they don't. It's not enough to close them.
Yeah.
They need someone to talk to them, like that lady that you have under contract in Florida, the one we just got. What's her name? I don't know her name. The one that you just came in. And I don't know.
Yeah, Sonia.
Yeah, whatever. So she's still calling. She's still scared.
Yeah.
But it's still, you could do everything with her
so,
and all the videos and talking. They still want someone to. Yeah, you're fine, man. You're going to close. Okay. So I'm just saying these things are going to come up. So now I want you guys to do this. So I'm the customer. Jesus, you're the loan officer. Okay. So this is get scared in 3 reasons. Hey, Jesus, listen, I know that we went under contract this weekend with my wife and everything, but man, I'm looking at the bills and I'm looking how much the payment's going to be, and I gotta cancel this thing, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, man, I understand your concerns, but I usually get the same way as well whenever I go shopping, and maybe we're going to make a big expense. I before I hand over the credit card, I'm thinking all these questions, and maybe you think about these too. So do you like the home that you're trying to purchase?
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, that's a great neighborhood. My kids are going to be going to school here. And, we're going to get out of the apartment. I mean, this house has a pool. We always wanted a pool. I'm tired of sharing the community pool.
Yeah.
It has a huge backyard. We can play. My son's in baseball, So, yeah, I do love it.
That's good, man. So you actually didn't just tell me why you like it. You also told me the benefits that you're going to be receiving from the house already. You already see a lot of benefits.
I do. I do see a lot of benefits, man. You're right.
Okay. So do you believe that you deserve this home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 43 years old, and my brother bought a house when he was 37, and I think that one of my goals, my New Year's resolution for 2018 was to own a house.
And let's make it happen, Angela. I mean, you deserve it. You're telling me that you like this house. You're giving me the reasons why, how this house is going to benefit you, and you work hard. So.
You're right, man. You're right. I agree with you. I agree. Okay. See, that's good. You did good. Now, one thing I will say is if you can just get your conviction a little bit higher, see your energy a little bit higher, and but you said everything good. Like you said it good. Like it was natural. It's reflexive. It's got to be reflexive. If you're stuttering when you're saying this, that means you need more practice. You need more coaching. Okay. So you need to get very comfortable in saying these things to people because it's going to come up all the time. I'm sure that there was times when you were signing the contract this weekend that there was another side of your brain that was telling you, no, stop. Or I'm sure, because that's how the human brain works. And there's fear always coming. The fear is always coming. And so you're going to have to, if you really want to get to the next level of your life, you're going to have to learn how to trump and trounce that fear. Okay? It's with everything, man. It's not just buying a house. It can be whatever. So, all right. So the next one is prices go higher. I had this actually happen to me on Saturday. This was an $800,000 purchase in San Diego, and they texted me and said, "You know what, Angelo, we're just going to put the whole thing off. We don't want to do FHA because of the PMI, okay? And we don't have 20% down for conventional." So this is the text that I got. So I responded. I gave them a call back because I want to talk to them. I don't want to just text them. It's a pretty good loan size. So I said, hey, listen, I hear you and I understand what you're saying. Let's take a look at this and break it down. Because the fact of the matter is that nothing changes if you put this off except prices go higher. Okay? And the dream of home ownership is just going to get further and further away from you. Okay, you're talking about $800,000 right now. How much was that home last year? It was $750, right? That's what it shows on Zillow. So with a 6% increase this year, that house is going to be $864, right? Interest rates have gone up 1% already this year. So let's just take a look at it. You have a piece of paper, Jenny? Okay, so we go from 800 to 864 and assume another 1% interest rate increase. So it'll be a 6% 30-year fixed. So right now the payment is $39.80. So you're going to go from $39.80 to $47.60. So your payment's going to go up $800 a month times a year. That's $9,600 a year times 10 years, that's $100,000. See, you're closed in with logic. You see? So does it make sense for you, Jenny, that you're going to pay an extra? You can't even afford an extra $800 a month. So, right? So the thing is that you owning the home that you want, it's never going to happen if you put it off. So we need to do this now. So you have to stress that to them. It doesn't make any sense to put things off. You can afford the house, right? You love this home. You can afford it right now at $39.80, but you can't afford $4,700. And you have to show them these numbers. They have to write it down because then it goes to the brain. Okay. So I want you guys to do this where you're the loan officer and he's the customer. Okay. Prices go higher.
Price. Sell this house $300,000. Things look too high for me. And wait a year until it goes down.
Okay. Well, I understand your concern. Definitely. Before making a big purchase, me and my family always kind of assess everything and see how the situation looks. But let me ask you, what about it's too high? Let me say it's too high.
I just feel like it's kind of out of my price range. I feel like I just need to wait.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you a couple questions really quick just to kind of see. So, one, do you like this home?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you like about the home?
Nice neighborhood. I like the neighbors. Good area.
All right. And is that neighborhood, is it pretty pricey in general? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, also, if you were to own this home, how is it going to make you feel and how would it change your life?
I feel pretty good.
Okay. Do you have a family, Mike? No? All right, so it would just be mainly for you yourself? All right, man. So let me ask you, you're renting right now, correct? So what is it that's kind of pushing you to wanting to own a home from renting if you're living by yourself as well? It's got to be some type of factor that you feel.
$1,700 a month for rent. So I should be owning $1,700 a month.
Okay, understandable. Now, so basically you're telling me that, this home is about $300,000 and you're scared because you think the monthly payment will be a little bit too high. Well, from what you're telling me, making $1,700 rent, maybe $200 more, you'll have a mortgage. Don't you think it's worth it to have your own backyard?
You need to go into this though. Prices go higher. That's what you're doing, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with it, like I said, with it being $1,700 a month right now, you probably be about $1,900 a month in mortgage. The thing about it is just waiting. The prices are going to go up. So, for instance, this house right here, it was $300,000 right now, right? As of last year, it was $240,000. So you see, within 1 year, it's already went up to $300,000, and interest rates have rose a whole % over the last year. So, with that being said, what makes you think about it that what makes you think that it'll go down as far as kind of waiting?
A few years ago, everything went down in price.
Right.
So I'm thinking that again.
Right. Well, I understand, man, but and I completely understand where you're coming from.
Okay, but what you need to do is, that wasn't the question to ask him, was why he thinks something's going to go down. The next step is you have to go over the numbers with him. All right, so let's look at it. So a $300,000 home. So let's just say right now real estate's rising at 6%. So the price is going to be $318 at the end of the year. And let's say with the Fed raises the interest rates another 1%. So then if the Fed raises the interest rates another 1%, then you're at a 6% on a 30-year fix. So he said he's concerned about the payment, right? So then that's exactly the reason why you want to do this now, okay? Because right now, $1,900 becomes $2,250 next year.
Yeah.
So he needs to do it now. He doesn't want to wait. You see, so that's what you need. Go ahead and tell him that.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, as you see right now, if we were to break the numbers down at $300,000, with the 6%,
you want him to do this. You want him to do this. So, Mike, go ahead and grab a pen, sir.
All right. Can you grab a pen and so do me a favor. Write down, the purchase price of the home, $300,000.
It's not 6%.
Yes, sir. And the interest rate is at 6% right now.
Growth rate is 6%.
Correct. Growth rate is 6%.
Will be 6% by the end of the year.
So about $318 next year.
Right. So it'll be about $318,000 next year. So with that being said, you need to do this. Right now, the mortgage is going to be right about $1,900, whereas if you waited for next year, it'll be right about $220, $250 based off the expected growth rate we had. So we need to go ahead and do this now, make this happen, get you locked in at a lower payment. locked in at the lowest possible rate before the market increases, and
You see?
you might not have an option to be able to get it.
I hear what you're saying, but that's the same way like I did, like people did in 2008. And the market crashed again. The price was down from 300 to 210.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't benefit me, and I almost sat down in the house.
Right. Well, at that point, we always can refinance as well and kind of help you get to a lower
I
payment.
almost sat down.
I mean, it's in a situation, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
My
I don't know.
response to that would have been, "You're correct. You can wait and hope the market goes back down and crashes again." But the reality of that time was when the market went down, the restrictions went up. So most people who can buy a house now couldn't buy a house back then.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that how you want to handle that is say, listen, that's a good point, and I hear you, but the fact is no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, we've been going up for the last 12 years. All right, and all you can do is look at the trend, and you look at. I can tell you this: that if you look over the history of the U.S. housing market, real estate always goes up. So you're talking about a one-off thing. If you're making your life based on that, then we have other major concerns here, right? And also the government by that time they came out with HARP loans to help people at that time to refinance. I don't know if you remember that. So they had a special mortgage where they would cover the deficit. So you can't. I mean, is that how you live your life? Is thinking that the whole world's going to crash? Because if you do, that's how you're making all your decisions. Okay, how you eat, how you sleep, who you date. I mean, everything. So the fact is that all we can go off of this right here. I'm showing you real things. The Fed has raised the rates 1% this year. This home, if you just look on the appraisal district, was 240 last year. So that's a reality. That's not a myth. So you just told me your brother closed at a 3.75. You can't get a 3.75 interest no more. It's gone. 5%, buddy. So you see, so that's what you have to look at as reality. You're thinking about if that happens. No one knows what's going to happen. I'm just showing you the reality. But you see, the thing is that if you don't do this, and you don't have this conversation with them, you're going to lose deals, man, because it will come up. All right. I mean, you see what I'm saying? These things and it can come up at any time. When someone says the price is too high, you say, I agree with you. That's exactly why you want to do it now.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to get higher. And we already. I mean, that's the things that you've heard with the Federal. You've heard the Federal Reserve. They're telling you they're going to raise rates this year more. They're saying it's not me. It's the government. This government that runs this. I'm not telling you. The government's telling you that. So 5%. It's going to be 6% at the end of the year.
I've actually heard that recently on the phone call about the rates being too high, and I use these. I think you have to know your client and your age bracket too. And I use the example because I said, well, you're around 80, this rates were 10%. I said, when I started this 16 years ago, rates were 8, 9, 12%. So 5% is still right now. You were buying down to 5% back in the day.
Yeah. Danny, can you come sit in for a second? I want you to, this is one we just did with Josh, and this is Do the Right Thing. I want you to do this one real quick. You didn't hear this one earlier, and I'm going to have you do this one with Josh. You'll be the loan officer. He'll be the customer. And it's called Do the Right Thing Close. And basically, the way it works is, this is assuming that you're getting static, and this could be in any part of the process with the loan, okay? And it's called Do the Right Thing Close. And basically what it is that if the customer is giving you static and they say they want to put it off, they want to cancel, and you say, hey, listen, all right, I hear you, man, and I understand, and I want you to do the right thing. If owning your new home isn't the right thing, then don't do it. But I don't believe that to be the case. Let's go ahead and let's break it down. Let's look at the pros and cons. Tell me all the good reasons why they own a home. And then have him say them, not you. Have him say it. Now tell me all the reasons why you wouldn't want to own a home. And what you're looking for is the pros and cons. The pros outweigh the cons, which they always do. And then when he says it at the end, you say, great, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's close the deal. Let's move forward. But what you're doing in the beginning is you're agreeing with him, and you say, hey, listen, if owning a home isn't the right thing, then don't do it then. Don't do it. I don't want you to do it. But I don't believe that to be the case. I've been doing this and you can say this, Danny, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I've processed hundreds of loans. I've never got one phone call yet from anyone that said, hey, Danny, I regret buying a house. You screwed me. Everyone calls and says, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been my life. You just bought your house, and your life has just gone on the uptrend ever since. So now he's the customer. He tells he wants to cancel the deal. I want you to tell that to him.
Okay. I normally don't tell people that I don't want them to do it because that's. I'll just go straight into why they should do it, and just bring back the story that they told me in the beginning. Was they live in an apartment, you got 5 kids.
You know me too well.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so Josh, I mean, when we talked in the beginning, you told me that you and your wife, you and your kids, are living in an apartment, 2-bedroom. You don't have enough space. You have too many cars, and you have to pay for each parking spot.
Yep.
Right now, you're paying more for rent than you're doing for your mortgage on paper. Why does this not make any sense? I mean, you tell me why this wouldn't be a good idea, and renting would be a better idea than this. In your words, looking at your finances, looking at your situation, I can't think of a valid reason why you would think that quitting would be the best option for you and your family.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. You're doing all the talking.
Yeah.
He needs to do the talking.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm asking him.
No,
yeah.
but see, that's why I want him. See, this is a huge thing that salespeople do, that they're talking too much, right? So I want him. See, someone has to be convinced in their mind why they're doing it. Yeah. They have to speak it. So that's why we're saying here. I want him. It has to come out of his mouth why he's doing it. You see the pros and the cons, because see, people close with logic. If you're just telling him, when you're telling him, it's just shooting off of him.
Yeah,
it's going over his head. See, because it's like a lecture to him. But if he can speak it, you see. So what I want you to do is, what you're saying is good, but the thing is that it's not going to go to the subconscious mind unless he says it. So I want you to ask him those questions to activate that in his mind, so he says it. So let's go back at it again.
Okay. So okay, I got you. So Josh, you're telling me that right now, you and your wife and your kids are living in a 2-bedroom apartment, right?
Right.
And in the beginning, you told me that you needed more space, and you were paying too much for rent. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that the situation you want to be in?
Well, I just don't want to be in a situation where I can't get out.
What? Shouldn't have married her, bro.
I'm talking about
can I tell you
house,
something? That's why we're training out, because if you're doing this on real customers, you're going to blow a bunch of deals, man. Listen, what I'm telling you to say to him, hold on a second.
What the fuck do I say to that?
Okay, listen, guys. Look, when I'm saying to do the right thing, he's already listen. This is the situation. You've already pre-approved him. He put a contract on the weekend. He woke up Monday. He said, "I want to cancel the deal, Danny. I don't want to do it anymore. I thought about it and I want to put it off." Okay, so, and then I want you to tell him, that if owning a home isn't the right thing, then don't do it. But I don't believe that to be the case. So let's go ahead and look at it together. Let's look at all the pros and cons. I want him to speak of the pros and cons, not you. I don't want you to tell him what the pros and cons are. I want him to say it. Okay.
All right, Josh. I mean, I understand you want to withdraw the contract, and you want to look at different options. But I don't. You might think that this might be the best thing for you and your family, but I don't believe that to be the case. And let's kind of talk about it. Let's see what the pros and cons are. In your mind, what are some of the cons to owning the home?
Just it's a difficult transition to get from one house to another. And then I don't know what's going to happen. With my job, and the economy looks kind of shaky. So I feel a little like I should withdraw and kind of stay where I'm at.
I see.
Protect my interest.
Okay. Economy looks shaky. Job.
What are
those
some
are
of the
all
pros?
Yeah, those are all valid. What are some of the pros that you think would come out of owning a home for you and your family?
Well, I mean, it would be our house. We don't have to answer to anybody, and build equity. You know, and with rent, we're just throwing away money.
Yeah.
More space. You know, each kid gets their own room instead of 5 kids in one room. You know, that's helpful. And then a yard. You know, kids can play. So I mean, you get a bigger piece of freedom.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now,
Then
just
I want you to
writing down some of
I
these.
want you to ask him this. Okay, I say, hey, that's good. That's good. You see the pros outweigh the cons. Say that.
Yeah. So as you started listing them off, I was making notes of the pros and cons you just stated, and it seems to me that you listed more pros for owning the home than you said cons. Don't you think that the good outweighs the bad in this decision, and that you should move forward and get this for your family?
And look, and I want you to also say, then this is where I want you to come in and tell them, listen, you're saying you want to stay where you're at, but you've been there for 6 years, paying $1,600.
Yeah.
So your payments basically the same over here. So whether you have a shaky economy or not, you've shown that you make the payment for 6 years.
Yeah.
So what's the difference if you take the money over here and you put it over here, except now you're investing the money? See, so you're changing the thinking of someone because it doesn't make any sense what he's saying. Remember, when buyers, they don't believe in themselves. He's already proven he's credit worthy. He can make the payment.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? It's the fear of stopping him. You see, so you're going to get this from people, man, all the time. They've already been making the payment all this time, and so it's something in their mind that's stopping them. You see, and you're going to get this from people, man, and you're going to have to know how to overcome it.